What's up, IGN? It's Sean coming to you again with the FireFall gameplay commentaries. We were just checking out a really cool, kind of fast-paced instance. Now we're going to go out and explore the open world. I'm here with David. He's one of the developers for FireFall.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, David?
Doing great, man.
So now we're checking out the open world of FireFall, and obviously we were talking about in our last commentary video sort of the fast and frenetic pace of that particular instance. It looks like here things are a little bit more subdued. It also looks like I noticed that the game was in daytime. Now it's in nighttime. What's going on with that?
Well, you know, we've got the full day-night cycle,
Very cool.
and fighting at night can be a little scarier, a little more frenetic. You know, the bad guys sort of get right up on you sometimes, but you know, you've got your flares that you can make, and as well as obviously the light that's built into your battle frame, sort of a flashlight that you can turn on and off. Right now, we opened up our map. We noticed that there is a chosen attack down in the south end of the map. They chosen to have sent in a strike team that is trying to take over a tower in that area. So we're going to drive over there and see what we can find.
So now, are these chosen attacks, are these scheduled? Are these instants? Do they just occur randomly?
Well, it's not completely random. I mean, they're somewhat scheduled, somewhat random. You know, if the chosen, you know, there's an AI in the background running, trying to determine how long it's been since there's been since the last invasion, and if it's been a while, and it seems like the players aren't really defending the area well enough, then they choose to send some strike teams in to see if they can sort of drive out the good guys there.
So it basically waits for kind of that perfect moment to strike.
Exactly right.
Very cool, very cool. So we're headed over there now to check that out.
That's right. See, we've got a squad waypoint that's been set up by our squad leader. And I'm going to use my afterburners to get nice and high.
Oh, that is cool. It's one of the things I hate the most about some games is trying to climb mountains that you know you can't climb.
Exactly. Let's see. I'm going to bring up our map, see the easiest way to get to where we're going. Oh, it looks like we've got an ARES mission right up top here. So we're heading up. So going up the hill.
Perfect. So now I was just checking out, or looking at, you're riding a vehicle there. How do vehicles factor into the world of FireFall?
Well, you don't start with a vehicle. Vehicle's one of the things you earn.
Okay.
The LGV is a light ground vehicle, and that is a vehicle that you can earn through gameplay, as well as a vehicle that our founders had access to. Looks like we got a mission here to get in here, get a teleporter. We got some bandits down there that we're going to try to take care of, and our squad mates have arrived, so I think it's time to go.
Now, what is this gun that you're using right now?
So last time we were using a Rhino battle frame, which is one of our Dreadnought frames. This is the Firecat frame, and this is one of our assault frames. And I'm using basically a weapon with lots of splash damage. You know, really good for attacking things from above. Very much a death from above kind of battle frame. It's also got a lot of tactical movement, so I can use my afterburner to scream across, leave fire in my wake. Looks like this guy here is the guy we have to kill. He's got a big old screen that he's using to protect himself. All right, we got him.
So now, what are these ARES missions?
So the ARES mission, ARES is sort of a freelance military that all the players are a part of. Your ARES team is yourself. You're the operator. You're the guy in the battle frame. It's also you've got the Arrow, who's your she's the one giving you instructions, telling you what's going on. She's a little bit like your pit crew.
Okay.
Telling you where to go, what to do, giving you a good sit rep whenever you need it. So these ARES missions are they're think of them as quests or missions in the open world. Each one of them is a little different. They're all in different locations. They've got different objectives to deal with. You know, some of them are built for smaller groups, 2 to 3 players. Some of them are built for bigger groups. This one we're in right now, you can see with just the number of creatures, number of bad guys involved, is very much designed for a full squad of players. And boy, they're just taking a lot of punishment right now. Another thing about this particular mission that we're on is that it was built for players with you know, a little higher gear. So this group that I'm in is a bunch of our developers. So we've all got, you know, we've put together decent sets of gear, and these guys are still able to go at it with us. All right.
So now the art style is very, very unique to this game, and from what we've seen just in this video as well as the last video, it looks like it shifts a lot in terms of the different color palettes you're using, all the different styles of the game. How did that develop over the years? Did you guys come in with this sort of, we want this kind of colorful, comic booky art style?
Yeah, well, we've got, I mean, just a terrific art team and terrific group of people who've worked on the FireFall project over time, artistically. Let me tell these guys to go ahead and pick next mission here. You know, just terrific artists have worked on it. You know, when they were first putting the style guide and art list together, you know, they were working on they were watching a lot of anime. Mm-hmm. There was some of the stuff they liked the most. You know, was your Ghost in the Shell, your Appleseed, and having that sort of a cartoony foreground with a realistic background, really allows the characters to really pop off the screen. Yeah. So you've got these realistic vistas and environments. They're just gorgeous. And let's see, let me check the map, see where we're heading. Oh, we got a mission down just below us, looks like. Interesting. Very cool. All right. So, having like you said, that the more cartoony style overlaid on top of the realistic style means that you know, you're both the characters and the bad guys are sort of popping off the environment and very visually distinctive. You know, we wanted to make sure that when people saw FireFall over the shoulder, that they knew it was FireFall and not just some other game. You know, we wanted it to be distinctive, not look like everybody else. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely very distinct in its presentation. Was this kind of the, you know, in the first iteration of this game, was this the art style that you went with? Or
yeah, this basic style has been one that we've been using for quite a while now. You know, when the guys first developed it, and I'd say our early art team probably took a year or two really dialing in and defining the style, but when they did, man, everyone loved it. We've been using it pretty much ever since. So, cool. We got a new waypoint set.
Oh,
I'm falling through the world. My goodness. All right, let's pull up the map, see where I'm supposed to go here. All right.
Looks like it's a haul.
It is a fairly long way away. So what I'm going to do is see how high I can get, and then I'm going to use a glider. Go. Let me pull up the glider.
A few more jobs like that one, and you'll be ready for a hardware upgrade, eh, boss?
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, really love our gliders. We get a lot of compliments for them. People really love using them to sort of travel around our world.
And now, is that something that everybody has? Is that a temporary thing?
There are glider pads at all the major towns.
Okay.
So it's something that everyone has access to use. You can also build or buy your own glider pads. You can build sort of disposable glider pads as part of the crafting system, and there are permanent ones that you can pick up as well. So grab one of these other ones here. You can see I've got sort of several of them because I just love flying around.
So now you talked a little bit about the crafting system. Why don't you explain that kind of in full? How does that work? How does the crafting of this game work?
Absolutely. So crafting is one of those systems that we've done probably 2 or 3 full iterations on. There have been multiple versions of it that have existed over time, and the current version, the way it works is basically all the gear in the game can be crafted. All the jump jets, all the weapons, all of that stuff can all be built through with resources from the game. And the way that works is you have to unlock the research to be able to make each item. But then once you've learned how to make the item, it's a matter of collecting resources in the game world, and then you build a subcomponent for each item, and then you combine the subcomponents of that item into the complete item. So, for example, if you wanted to make a new plasma cannon like I'm using, first you'd create a new barrel, then you'd create the receiver, and then you'd create the firing mechanism. You combine them all, it makes the final gun. The cool part is that all of those items help determine the various attributes of the weapon, right? So the quality of the barrel determines the accuracy of the gun. The quality of the receiver determines the rate of fire of the gun, and the quality of the firing mechanism determines the damage that the different bullets inflict. So the combination of all that stuff determines all the attributes of the weapon. So, but the higher the quality, the more of the restrictions it uses. So a better receiver is going to be heavier, and it's going to require more. It's going to require more energy to use, and that means less for you to use for other stuff. You've got to make the choice as a player. I've only got a certain amount of weight that I can carry on my battle frame. Do I want it to be, do I want that weight to go towards extra defense, extra shooting with my weapon, or you've got a lot of different options there.
But potentially anybody could have a significantly or radically different version of one gun based on the components.
Absolutely correct, and that's the system that we wanted to build. Was one where you had the control. You could decide. Whether you cared more about staying in the air longer with your jump jets, you're firing a bigger clip with your gun, one that did more damage per shot. All those options are up to you. That's the system we wanted to build, and for the most part, we've gotten exactly what we were hoping to do, the result is an incredibly deep crafting system.
Now, is this something that I can sort of kind of pick and choose what's in my gun as I go? So if I build a gun and I find more components, do I now have to craft a new gun, or can I add and subtract from the gun that I? You're
gonna build a completely new gun with different components. You're gonna pick out what matters to you when you're building the gun or when you're looking for one. If you maybe you don't really care about the crafting yourself. You just rather go to the player marketplace and pick out the gun with the attributes that you care about.
Very cool.
That someone else has crafted for you.
So now, talk a little bit, elaborate kind of on how that player marketplace works.
Well, it's a pretty standard in-game marketplace. You search for the item, you can select different filters for the different attributes. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for at any one time. Well, that didn't work very well. All right, let's see if we've got a new. Yeah, we've got a new waypoint here. You just go in there, and like I said, the marketplace uses Crystite as the in-game currency. And Crystite is a resource that you get from all sorts of different activities. Just about any activity you do in our game is going to give you some amount of Crystite. And then you spend that to do research. You spend Crystite to buy things in the player marketplace and so on.
Very, very cool. Well, you can check out this game right now. It's got the open beta going on right now. Where do they have to go to download and play this game?
Anyone that wants to give FireFall a try can go to firefallthegame.com or just Google FireFall. And if you don't find the waterfall in Yosemite, you're going to find a online open world action shooter.
Don't find the waterfall in Yosemite.
It is cool, though. It's gorgeous. It really is. Yosemite's awesome.
Go to the waterfall. You can play FireFall at FireFall.
That's what's the game.
That's the coolest thing.
Exactly.
We're going to keep checking out this game with, we got one more commentary video that we're going to be doing. We're going to be checking out PvP in the next commentary.
Yeah, let's check out the new PvP mode called Jetball.
All right, very cool. For everything FireFall, keep it locked to IGN.com.